Hey everyone, and welcome to America Today. So, in today's NBA, it really feels like every single team is just obsessed with one thing: speed, playing faster, getting more shots up. But what if I told you there's a team that's completely zigging while everyone else zags? Yeah, today we're going to break down exactly how the Houston Rockets have built the league's most efficient offense, not by playing faster, but by playing a whole lot smarter. Stick around, this is a good one.
And look, this isn't just hype talking after one big game. This is a real, growing consensus around the league. We're looking at a team that isn't just racking up wins, they might actually be building the blueprint for how offenses are going to run in the entire NBA for years to come.
And right here, this is the proof in the pudding, 123.2. So what does that number even mean? Well, that's the Rockets' offensive rating. It means for every 100 possessions they have, they're scoring over 123 points. That is by far the best in the entire league. It's the hard data that shows their system isn't just working, it's working at an absolutely elite level.
So, the big question is, how did they pull this off? How did they get here? Well, it's definitely not by trying to outrun everyone up and down the court. It all comes down to a deliberate, thought-out philosophy put in place by their head coach, Ime Udoka. And it's a philosophy that values precision over everything else.
The core idea, the real heart of it all, is something they call sequencing over pace. So instead of just sprinting up the floor and jacking up the first good look they get, their offense is like a series of connected events. The ball's always moving, but every single pass has a purpose. It's designed to poke and prod at the defense, to find its weakest link, and to patiently create the absolute best shot possible.
In this whole thing, it is definitely not a one-man show. It works because every piece fits perfectly. You've got Alperen Şengün, who's basically the central hub. He's a center who runs the offense like an elite point guard. It is wild to watch. Then you bring in a veteran leader like Fred VanVleet. His shooting is so deadly that he creates what's called gravity. He literally pulls defenders toward him, away from the basket. And that opens up all these driving lanes. And that's exactly where a dynamo like Thompson comes in. He absolutely thrives just attacking all that space that the other guys create for him.
But look, a great system is really just a theory until it gets tested under fire, right? Well, that test came against the super talented, star-studded Los Angeles Clippers. It was the perfect opportunity to prove that a cohesive, well-drilled process could actually beat a team loaded with sheer talent. And what a game it was. It was an absolute dogfight. We're talking back and forth, came right down to the wire, and was ultimately decided by just 2 points in the literal final seconds. A total nail-biter.
So the real story here isn't just that they won, but how they pulled it off. This wasn't some lucky shot at the buzzer. No, this was their entire system, their core identity showing up in the biggest moments of the game to seal the deal.
And here is exactly where the game was won. It was on the glass. Look at those numbers. This wasn't just winning the rebound battle. This was complete and total domination. The Rockets grabbed almost double the number of rebounds as the Clippers. This physicality, this toughness, it wasn't just part of their game plan, it was the game plan.
This is exactly what makes their offense so sustainable, so tough to stop for a full 48 minutes. When you grab 22 offensive rebounds, that means you're giving yourself 22 extra chances to run that patient, precise offense. Think about how demoralizing that is for a defense. You think you've finally gotten a stop, and then boom, they get the ball back and you have to defend for another 24 seconds. It is the perfect physical representation of their whole philosophy.
And it all came down to this single possession. The game is tied, the pressure is cranked all the way up, a shot goes up, and it misses. But the play is not over. Thompson, just embodying that relentless hustle, fights through everybody, snags that massive offensive board, gets the putback to go, and draws the foul. I mean, come on. That wasn't just a hustle play. That was their entire system. That relentless pressure, that focus on second chances, paying off in the biggest moment of the game.
Okay, so let's zoom out. What's the big picture here? What does this win and this whole system they've built really signal for the Rockets? And maybe for the rest of the NBA?
That win over the Clippers, it really felt like more than just one game in the standings. It felt like a statement. It was a validation that a well-designed, disciplined process can actually triumph over a team that just has more pure star power. It's what some people are starting to call a revolution happening in real time.
So, the ultimate takeaway is this. The Houston Rockets have built something truly special. It's an offense that combines all this young, exciting energy with smart veteran leadership
And it's all guided by this intelligent, analytical framework. They are really setting a new benchmark for what a balanced and intelligent offense can look like.
And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. Are we watching the new model for how to score in the NBA being built right before our very eyes? In a league that's so often defined by just pace and space, Houston is showing everybody that maybe, just maybe, patience, precision, and process are the real keys to unlocking the future of offense. What do you think? Is this the future? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. We read every single one. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, do us a huge favor and hit that like button, share it with a friend, and make sure you're subscribed to America Today for more deep dives just like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.